Alright everybody, hello and welcome. As always, I am Sean. This is In The Mix, episode number 20. I can do the fingers again when it's an even and it's a 20, but we are up to episode 20 of our Pentagon challenge. Terrible intro, but hopefully things will get better from here. If you haven't gone and checked out the episodes from earlier this week, go and have a look at them. They'll bring you guys up to date on our Champions League journey. Still with Shenyang Urban, still in the Asian Champions League, still trying to get that first Champions League title to kick off our Pentagon challenge. But a huge episode. We've got our quarterfinals against Ulsan Hyundai. There's a whole bunch that we want to try and bring you guys as well. A fair bit's been happening. There are some jobs on the market. I'll show you guys when we jump in. But let's get stuck straight into it. So first and foremost, as you guys can see, we are up into second spot in the division. 21 games played at this point. 40 points, plus 10 goal difference. We're not doing too badly. I don't think anyone's catching Shandong. They were actually 11 points clear at one stage. We did beat them recently. They are pretty much smashing the division at the moment. Since we played last time, we did lose to Tianjin, but then we've had a pretty decent run, beating the likes of Shanghai Shenhua, Beijing, Zhejiang. We've gotten through in the Chinese FA Cup as well, beating Shanghai Port and Wuhan. We will be in the final of that competition again this year, which is great. We did lose to Changchun and Meizhou last time out in the league, but a very good win against Shandong, 2-1, coming from behind in that game as well, really kind of brought us back up to that second position. We've kind of wavered between fourth, third, and second. It's pretty tight between the kind of the second and third spots at the moment, and then a bit of a gap you can see starting to form back to fourth, fifth, and sixth, which is great for us. We want to try and make sure we replicate like our top three finish of last year. I don't think we're going to catch Shandong, just because they haven't lost that many games, only 3 defeats and 3 draws throughout the course of this season. One of those is against us. One of those is against Beijing, who's doing okay. Meizhou, who's doing okay. They just don't seem to lose enough to the teams in like the bottom half of the table for me to think they're going to drop points throughout the rest of the year. We are going to play Dalian Pro in the Chinese FA Cup final. First real chance to try and get that trophy. We have had an attempt at that once before and lost. Maybe at the second time of asking, we can try and get through to the final, which would be absolutely fantastic. And of course, as you guys are already aware, Ulsan in the Champions League today. They have won the competition before, which I think will probably be the thumbnail. They are the reigning champions in real life at the moment, the 2020 winners of that competition. Of course, if you're not already familiar, their Champions League is split east and west. So there's like the Middle Eastern countries that will play off and have their kind of champion of the west side. And then the Eastern countries, which is Japan, China, Australia. Most of the sides that are actually in Football Manager will play off again. So if we go through, we will likely play one of John Book or my very own Melbourne City, which will be very tough. Al Hilal from Saudi Arabia, Al Ali from Saudi Arabia, Al Saad from Qatar, and Al Wasil, who are also from the UAE. I'm not sure what country or what region that would actually be. It doesn't say, but they are the cheaters. So some very strong, very rich clubs in there. Al Saad, if you're not already aware, managed by Javi. He's been at the club since I think like 2010, so 13 years as things currently stand. Or no, 23 years, I guess, as things currently stand in the game. They're one to keep an eye out for if they do get through. They are very, very strong. Also worth noting, Ulsan are the holders in the real-life game, I've just realised as well. So they won the Champions League last season. So this could be a huge test for us. If we can match it with these guys, then realistically we know we're at a position where our squad is strong enough to go and challenge the best teams in Asia at the moment. Speaking of the squad, we've got a couple of issues. So the first one, and I should hit this one first, is that we went into administration for about a month period where effectively they took control of like our ability to renew contracts, our ability to sign players, our ability to sell players. Those administrations are now finished. Apparently, we now are back on sound financial footing. They've restructured our debt, which put us back to zero, but we're already fallen back down to 12 million yuan in debt already in no time at all, which is ridiculous to me. Yes, I'm over the wage budget by about 400k a week, but it shouldn't be quite that bad. The challenge that's come, and you may have just spotted it then, is that some of our players we haven't been able to offer contracts to, so they're going to be leaving at the end of the season. There's probably about another 6 players on top of these guys that we haven't been able to offer contracts to just yet, whose contracts are up at the end of the year. So Juarez Moraes will be leaving, our left back, who's been excellent for us. He's our current captain as well. Zhang Wei will also be leaving, but he's like a bench role type player. I'm fortunate that we weren't able to get them to sign new contracts, keep them, and then maybe even sell them on during the off season to try and make some profit, but it was out of our control. There was very little we could do there. We've got injuries to worry about. Ding Dao Wen is out suspended for this first one. Yanadis, I did actually change his registration and I brought in De Silva, because you notice he did have a long-term injury where he was out 4 to 5 weeks again. He's back in 7 days. He wouldn't have been right for this first leg. Maybe he would have been right for the second. But as soon as I changed that registration, of course, De Silva then picks up a back strain. He's out for between 10 days and 3 weeks. If he comes back toward that 10-day period, we might get him back for the second leg. It's 2 weeks between the two. Chen Tianhe, our backup goalkeeper, he is out at the moment with a broken lower leg, so don't expect to see him again this season. It will be a relatively under-strength side, particularly in this first leg, with 3 first-team starters in Unitas, Diao Wen and De Silva out of the lineup. But Howe has done pretty well in the Champions League campaign so far. Hopefully they can keep up that run of form. Hopefully we can get a good result here in the away leg and then, try and turn it around and really go after in the second leg once we have everyone fully fit in a couple of days and weeks. A few people have been asking around the job centre what jobs are up and available. The Dalian Pro job is up. I couldn't get it. The Beijing job came up and I couldn't get that either. I didn't even get shortlisted for it, which to me is absolutely mind-boggling. Like if we go back to award winners, like I'm the reigning manager of the year in their division and they've still not heard of me enough to try and give me an opportunity, which to me is mental. That's why they're probably struggling. But one day, maybe a job will come up that we can potentially apply for, but I really want to try and focus on winning the Champions League this season if we can. But a whole bunch we need to get through. 2 full games, both home and away legs. Let's jump in and have a look at the lineup. So they have, in their history, usually played a 4-4-2 from what I can see. They've got a pretty strong squad, pretty strong lineup as well. They are one of the bigger clubs in Europe. We're going to tell everyone that we need a good result. I'm going to tell the defenders as well that I've got faith in them to make a difference, because if we get a clean sheet away from home, we are in great shape. They're playing a 4-2-3-1. It looks like Sima is the one real player, Abdallah Sima, who looks like he's at Slavia Prague at the start of everyone's databases. He's been at Jiangsu, so he spent some time in China before I arrived. And then Ulsan, he's had some time there for the last few seasons. So they're going to have some squad players. This guy here, highest average rating for the season, Hyun Min, I think is how you'd pronounce that one. Looks very good. 17 finishing, immediately jumps off the page at you there. Good heading ability, good determination, good agility as well. He might be one to keep an eye on. Full South Korean, I nearly said South African, full South Korean international. They have lost 2 of their last 5 though. That could potentially go our way. Otherwise, we're going with a pretty strong lineup. I wish we had everybody fully fit and available, but it was never going to happen with the registration rules in the Champions League. I could survive with the defeat. I think these guys are a step up on Central Coast, who we played last time out. I think if we can get away with a good performance away from home, or maybe a 1-goal defeat, that would be fine. I think we could work with that, turning it around back at our home ground. First highlight there was a strike to us, but it was a strike from distance, 1 out against a few defenders. And so far, opening 25 minutes as we hit that mark, we have kept the highlights relatively quiet. Haven't done a whole lot in possession ourselves though. No shots on target as such. Long ball forward here though, Min Kun. It's brought down very well by Park Ju-sung, not Ji-sung, famous Korean. Oh, and then it's a good strike as well. Long ball forward, good strike, just comes off the post and we do manage to scramble it away. Deep ball across and Min Kun equal to it. He had to have good hands there because there were men closing in on him. Min Kun, long ball forward, a good flick on header, but no one's chasing it down or making that proactive run. Now to Kim Ho. Zheng Jun should go with him and sends him backwards. Park Ju-sung again goes for the switch. Maresh with a good header. Now what can Souza do coming the other way? A lot falls on his shoulders as our one international player or our one visa player out there at present. Reverse pass here to Ki Long, who's found the finish. All right, it's a huge away goal. I'm not going to say demand more. We're going to praise everybody. 34 minutes played. It's a little bit 1 out. Souza does do very well. Give him credit where it's due. And then he drags a couple of defenders in midfield. Wang An reverse pass to Ki Long, who I think nutmegs one of their defenders on the way through and just rifles a shot beyond the keeper, who probably could have done better as well. It's a poor defensive passage there for Ulsan, but we've taken a huge goal as far as the tie is concerned. Long ball forward here again. Ching Yi's there and plays it to Zheng Jun. What can he do? Wide right area. Wang Ang, great ball across into midfield. Reverse pass again to Souza, and we're 2-0 up here inside the half. An excellent counter-attacking goal there. Just quick passing to get the ball forward as quickly as possible. This ball from Wang An is phenomenal. Howe plays it first time. Back to Howe again. Wang An's possession here is excellent. Finds Souza outside of the left foot. Rifles at home. And we are 2 goals up inside the first 45 minutes. This is excellent. Possession here again. Back with the defense. They're going to come forward. Kim Ho's released an early ball goal side. And it's a great save from Min Kun from Hyun Min, who we spoke about in the build-up. 17 finishing. Didn't quite find the finish there, though. Corner comes back in. It's gone back to the taker. Jiang Wei does well, but he's hovering on a yellow card. He's going to have to be careful. Switch of play out to Seema. Overlapping fullback, and the highlight comes to an end. Excellent half of football. Again, though, similar to what we did against Central Coast, we haven't had the best of it. They've had 12 shots, 6 on target, 0.86 XG, and 61% of the ball. We've had 4 shots, 2 on target, 0.67, and 39% of the ball. I'm going to say you might be winning, but that won't happen if your performance levels drop, and I'm going to tell the defenders that I'm happy with them, just to try and give them some inspiration. Souza with possession here from the throw-in, back to Maresh. Long one forward towards Chi Long, who does very well to bring it down. Good ball up the line again. Souza's been busy. Beats the first man. Can he find a switch out to the far side? He goes the drive from distance. It was never really looking like challenging the goal. Deep free kick here. In possession. We are getting towards the hour mark, so we're going to have a look at subs in the second. Maresh has just won it back in a great area. Chi tries to send a ball down the line. Cut inside here from Manaba, the fullback. We've got 3v2 over here on the right. They move it pretty quickly. Park Ju-sung cuts it back. They've got one back in the match itself. All right, so Takuya, what was his name? Wakamatsu with the goal there. It's a good overlapping run, and we're just slow getting in transition. Wang An and Zheng Jun were both there and didn't go with the man. And then Zhang Peng gets dragged miles outside the near post. He should just been standing in that spot. It's a good finish, to be fair, but there's a highlight here. Should I let this play out before we make the subs? It's a long ball forward from the goal kick. It's a flick on header. Maresh with a good challenge. Switch out to the overlapping fullback. They're definitely getting bodies forward. They've pulled another one back. Yoshihiro Inaba. We're going to hit pause. All right, we're going to have to make some changes here. Condition, should that be the big driver for us? Or maybe we go on match rating. There's a few really poor match ratings out there. Jiang Wei's not played particularly well. We haven't got much on the bench that we can do to try and resolve that one for him. Maybe we can switch some of our roles around a little bit, potentially. All right, we'll go with condition, and we're going to keep an eye on these yellow cards. I need to get a couple of these yellow card players off. So Chi's going to come off, even though he's played well. Jiang Wei, Zheng Peng. And then we're going to make a change here in midfield. We're going to go with a deep-lying playmaker on defend. We might get Hao to do that role. Wang Ang as the Mazzala. Zheng Jun in at advanced playmaker. And Jun will have to do a job for us on the right wing. So tell them we've got faith. 2-2 isn't terrible. Still gives us an advantage in terms of away goals, but we need to try and turn the tide here because they are really starting to come into their own in the game. Should we go attacking as well? Well, let's see how this highlight plays out. Flick on header. It's going to go to Young Kiao. Ball out to Maresh. Does very well to recover and turn in a tight spot. Chung Jin. Long ball forward. Wasn't quite there. There was no one really tracking that run. Possession midfield. We're going to go down to 10 men. This is not great. All right, so we're going to go attacking because we need to get that press going. Zheng Jun will have to drop back into midfield. And then we're going to adjust this as well. Deep line playmaker on defend alongside a Mazzala that you just can't tackle, Wang Yang. That's his problem. Will that do the job? It's going to have to. And we are right under the pump here for the last 20 minutes or so. I'm going to throw a demand more shout out there. They've got a throw in now left-hand side. Kim Ho with the cutback. Kim Ho again, edge of the area. It's closed down well. It's going to fall to their fullback though. Don't overcommit on the press, boys. Kim Ho again, goal side. He's offside. This one should get disallowed pretty much straight away. Thankfully, we've gotten away with one there. All right, 10 minutes remain. Can we just frustrate them here? I've thrown a demand more shout out there, but there is a highlight. Maresh wins the header for us at left fullback. Inaba has gotten goal side. Someone needs to come out. He's cut it back. Kim Ho again with the strike. Closed down well by the defence. Park Ju-sung, they are pushing men forward here. Zhang Wei with a good clearance. Deep free kick here. Jun in possession. Over to Zheng Jun, who's filling in midfield. Switch over to Jun. We've got the overlapping fullback there in Ching Yi if we can find him. Ki Lung finds Zheng Jun. Wide left area. What a goal that is. That is absolutely insane. And he's done that from midfield. He didn't do shit when he was playing out on the right wing for us, where we really could have used an extra goal at 11v11. But somehow as 10 men, we have pulled back an absolute screamer. He does get it on his favoured left foot. He's rifled it back across the keeper. The keeper should have 100% done better there. And we've got 3 goals away from home, which is absolutely insane. Can we hold on now and hold on to a famous victory in the Champions League? 4 additional minutes to be added on. I'd love to see this just kind of like whittle away to nothing and the referee call full time. That is absolutely huge. He has blown the whistle. 3-2 victors away from home. Have a look at this XG differential. They're going to be pissed. 29 shots, 13 on target, 3.35 XG, and 61% possession for Ulsan. 8-3, 0.93, and 39% for Shenyang. We've robbed them a little bit. I'm going to say that was really special, lads. Nobody gave you a chance and you played magnificently. That's 2 ties in a row where we have potentially been the worst side and managed to scramble a result somehow. A wonderful, I've lost the ability to speak. That's how chaotic that game was. A wonderful performance from everybody. Zheng Jun gets the Man of the Match award. Hao's banned for a match. Zhu Qi needs rest, even though we took him off with 30 minutes remaining. I'm going to say superb in front of goal last time. Rest Qi for the next match. He's fine with that. And we've actually got 2 league games and a full 2-week period before the second leg. So, magic of editing. We're going to jump forward to that second leg now. All right, and just like that, we find ourselves 2 weeks ahead. We did win both our games in the league, so we are still in second position, but we have picked up a couple of knocks and suspensions. I'm so glad I rested Zhu Qi for him to just be suspended for this game, which I was not aware of. So we haven't been having him play over the last few weeks, but he needs to get his fitness back up. So hopefully an additional rest here might help him out. Jiang Wei is out suspended, obviously. Additional yellow cards from last match. Hao, who got sent off in the last game, is suspended. Yanadis back to full fitness, but not registered. So he is out as well. And Juarez Moraes, not fully fit either. He's back in training in 4 days. So it's not the strongest lineup that we could be putting out, but neither was the last one, and we managed to get a good result. For you guys, De Silva, I think it's the first time you guys have seen him, and he's been excellent for us throughout the course of this season. We are going to go attacking. I know we've got a few players out, and we've got a few backups in there that are like 2-star, 2.5-star, which makes... In the back of my mind, I hear that echo saying go to the possession-based style because it did well in the first leg. I think we need to be a bit more assertive at home. I think we need to press a little bit higher, try and win the ball back in good areas and see how we go from there. So we've got that up our sleeve if we need it, but we will adjust throughout the course of this game, I'm absolutely sure. Goalkeeper's still got a broken leg, but he's back to light training. He's out for another 3 to 7 weeks. I'm not going to risk him on the bench. I'm not going to risk Moraes on the bench, or should I? Screw it. I'll put them on there. If they get injured during the warm-up, whatever, it's fine. It's just to round out the bench effectively. But we are in, the best possible situation and scenario. We've got 3 away goals up our sleeve. Unless they come out and torch us like 2-0, 3-0, 4-0 in this game, we should have enough about ourselves, I think, to get involved in the battle and get through to the semi-final stage. We will keep an eye on other games as well. We'll go the 4-2-3-1 again, albeit the attacking version this time. Are they going to change it all away from home? They've also gone with the 4-2-3-1. They've got a guy here without a face. He's just a hairpiece. That's all he is, which is interesting. Interesting strategy to pull that out away from home, but the pressure is all on them as far as I'm concerned to try and come out and get something in this game. John Book have taken an early lead in the other fixture against Melbourne City. Probably should have run through the results for the other teams as well, heading into this final day scenario or to the second leg scenario, but we will keep one eye over on that match as well. And early doors here, we are getting through the opening 25 minutes without any highlights, but they have got a corner. It's a deep one in and the flick on header just over the crossbar. I think Min Kun had his angles covered. We are through 30 minutes. We'll let this highlight play out, and then I'm going to throw a demand more shout out there. It's a deep ball in, and they've pulled 1 goal back. Yoon Hyun Min. We spoke about him in the build-up to the previous game. 17 finishing, 16 heading, and it's a great header. It's a good ball in as well, to be fair. Maybe could have been offside. I think Chin Yi may have kept him on at right back there, not facing the play, which is frustrating. I'm going to throw a demand more out there. Statistically speaking, we haven't been over it at all. They've got another ball back stick and another set piece where they've just cleared the header over the bar. As things stand, 3-3 on aggregate would be enough to get us through, but statistically speaking, I'm not really liking what I'm seeing from us. Min Kun, long goal kick forward. Someone needs to challenge. Wang Ang with a flick on header, and Ki Long gets goal side and he drives it straight at the keeper. A goal would potentially, I think, kill the tie off maybe, because they'd have to get a few. Half time though, 4 shots, 3 on target, 0.67 XG and 46% possession. For Ulsan, 14 shots, 4 on target, 1.25 XG and 54% of the ball. I'm going to go into the dressing room. I'm going to say I'm not happy. And let's pull that trigger. Let's drop back to our possession-based style. Let's try and play a little bit deeper, be a bit tougher to break down. And there's a few 6.4s, 6.5s we need to be aware of, a little bit of conditioning issues for a couple of players as well. A 1-0 defeat, that would be enough still to see us go through. If they score again, we're in some trouble. Deep ball across here. Min Kun comes out and claims. Go directly up the other end. It's a long ball forward towards Chi Long, who doesn't win the header. Ball in behind our wide right area. Anaba cuts it back. Chunjin, they've given it straight back to him. That is absolutely disastrous. What has gone on here is that Xiao Dong has just given the ball back. He doesn't usually start. Anaba does well here. Gets a good cross in. It's a good header away from Chunjin. And then De Silva. De Silva's absolutely terrible. I just spoke about how good he's been for us this season and that you guys were seeing him for the first time. And he's absolutely given them a goal here, which is not great. We do have to try and push on now and find something. to get back in. I'm just waiting for it to hit the hour mark, which it has. Tactics and subs, what can we do here? Okay, match ratings. De Silva's played absolutely terribly. What can we move around? Maybe Wang Ang will drop back because he's not played particularly well either. Zheng Jun can go to the advanced playmaker role. We can bring on Jun on the right-hand side. Souza's not had a great game. Xiao Ru can come on the left. I've got no one that's playing particularly well. This is not the greatest performance. Xiao Dong, they're saying, hasn't played terribly. I'm going to bring on Moraes. Let's try and get him through 30 minutes. Tell them we've got faith, and then we are also going to go and demand more. Okay, highlight here. Qilong in possession. Diao Wen to Zheng Jun. Good reverse pass there to Qilong. Now Wang An. Good switch out to Jun. Cut back there. Qilong, we've got one back. Okay, 4-4 as things currently stand. We'd still go through on away goals despite being 2-1 down in the fixture. It's a lovely play again. Qilong and Wang Ang, Xiao Ru with the switch across. Jun goes for the strike at goal from close range, but the keeper spills it. Qilong does very well to stay in front of the defender and side foots home into the back of the empty net. All right, no more goals conceded. Oh shit, they've got a free kick from distance. It's gone back stick. We have cleared it away though. Hyun Min keeps it in. Reverse past him again. What's his crossing like? It's not terrible. It's fallen back to him again. It's pinballing around, and Min Kun with a huge save there. Long ball forward towards Qilong. Xiao is going to get a possession here. Wide right area. Jun's been busy. Can he find the cut back? It's a good challenge. And it's actually gone out for a goal kick. So somehow they've played it off us there. Oh, it's feeling tense. It's feeling a little bit like we're walking a tightrope here. 10 minutes remain. We're going to throw one more demand, more shout out there just to try and give everyone some sort of inspiration. Get 10 men on the 18-yard box, lads. All we need is to try and not concede for 10 minutes. Xiao Ru with a strike from distance. Jun maybe was on there if you had played him in on the right-hand side. But again, it's been all Ulsan. And we've got a deep free kick here. Jun in possession. Needs to try and play it. Wang Ang, good little reverse pass there. Now Ching, holy shit, Ching He with a huge strike. His first goal of the season, and he's picked out an absolute peach to draw us back to 2-2, and surely that's enough to get us through in the tie. Lovely little possession place here from Zheng Jun and Wang An. Again, a wonderful pass. And first time from our right fullback, just leathers that one into the top right-hand corner. That is an absolute screamer. 3 additional minutes to be added on. Oh, what happens if they get another goal here, though? Because it would be level on aggregate. Jun with possession. Now Zheng Jun, we've given it back to them at the base of midfield. Wakamatsu looks to send Kim Ho over on the left-hand side. Just stand him up, boys. Good close down there. Stops the cross. Reverse pass here, and they've put one away. Is he onside, though? This would make it 5-5 and level on away goals as well. We're pegged back immediately. This is a ridiculous tie. Kim Ho with possession. Now, is he onside? I think he's off. Oh, no, it's our player that plays it. It's Diao Wen that played it to him, keeping him on. He was in an offside position, but, oh, Jesus. 3 additional minutes. I think we're going to go to injury time here, or extra time here, unless they score from this corner, which is devastating. They've fucking scored from the corner. Why do I open my mouth into a microphone and say these things? How has this happened? What mistake have I made? What change or adjustment did I make that hasn't worked for us? We had all those chances after changing our style. 92nd minute equaliser, 95th minute winner. Fuck this game sometimes. Unlucky, boys. It would have been nice to win, but it wasn't to be. That is devastating. I'm not going to lie. That one's actually devastating. I thought we'd corrected, gone to our possession-based style, really had it covered. 2 injury time goals. That is absolutely ridiculous. John Book went through in the other match. Al Ali and Al Saad go through on the western side of it. That is absolutely devastating. Ulsan overturned first leg defeat. Urban defeat in the quarterfinal. We get £1 million yuan. Fantastic. Matters not because we're already £18 million in debt again. Record attendance is broken. New gate receipts. That's handy. Holy shit. How did that happen? I can't complain because I thought we were a bit fortunate against Central Coast last leg. We were definitely fortunate in the first leg. But why did it have to be 2 goals in injury time? Why did they have to do me that way? And I guess that brings our Asian Champions League. God damn it. I need to get out of this club. We're out of cash. Are there any jobs open? There are no jobs open. We're absolutely doomed. All right, here's a scenario. We're either going to come back if another job comes up at a rich club that I can potentially get into a top 4 scenario. That we'll come back for. If not, we'll come back at the end of the season. We'll do the Chinese FA Cup final because it is across 2 legs and it does close out the year. So potentially we will jump forward a little bit further and try and get you those games in the next episode. Well, that was a roller coaster, a little bit devastating as well, I'm not gonna lie. If you wanna help cheer me up and support the channel that little more, please drop a like on the video. Helps us get higher in YouTube search results when people look for Football Manager content. You can also subscribe to the channel to be kept up to date on all of our future videos as they continue to release. Go and check out the reserve team for all things Australian, New Zealand football, all that fantastic work we're doing over there. But really, more than anything, as always, I just appreciate you guys watching along with me. As always, I've been Sean, and I'll see you all again in the mixer. I am absolutely depressed after that one. I'm gonna go have a nap.